Just very conscious today that I'm not sponsoring anything. I'm wearing one of my work shirts, and it does have a brand under my hand, just above my right nipple. So if you're wondering why this is here, it's not some kind of salute or like a protest. I'm not kneeling while I'm doing this, but no, it's just to cover up any brand awareness. This doesn't matter. I am an NVQ assessor. There's no companies mentioned over here. Like I say, not in any way interested in product placement, but I'm just enjoying this delicious Costa. That really is a taste of heaven. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly, this one will be quickly, go through something that bothers me on a regular basis. That's reunions. When you're middle-aged, you're constantly, not constantly, unless you're very popular. I'm smiling like I am, but unfortunately, probably on a hand, I could count the number of reunions I've been invited to or tried to organise. And that's my point. At the moment, I've got an old work group and graduation university group that I could organise or go to the reunion of. And they seem such a good idea. But then you think they're nothing but stress because you don't know what to wear, what people are like now, how people have changed. Was there a reason you separated as a group in the first place? Obviously, with work and with university, it's usually graduation and moving on to new jobs for whatever reason. But there are sometimes reasons that you are no longer close with people, and reunions just kind of open those wounds, if you like, and so going to them is almost like self-perpetuating some torture. It's like I'll go to the reunion so that I can see that person that did my head in, or I did their head in, or just get massively, not massively, because I'm not condoning it once again, but just get a little bit drunk. I can't say tiddly. Someone berated me for saying tiddly on one of my last ones, so a little bit squiffy, if you like. And the whole reunion, then you leave at the end of the reunion, and it's strange. Then, if you don't have another one, does that mean that when you went to the reunion, you didn't enjoy it so much that you never want to do it again? Or do you have another reunion, and do you do them every year, and then do they become a bind then? Do people feel like they have to go to reunions? I don't know. Just wanted, if anyone wants to share an opinion with me on this, it's reunions, duty or pleasure. I'm not sure. Sometimes, obviously, they can be both, but I think distinctly other ones can be one or the other. And I think reunions give people, certainly people of my age, a lot of stress. They're invited. I've got to go, because then they'll think, if I don't go, they'll think, why is he not going? Did he hate me when he used to work with me, or did she hate me, or whoever's having this thought in their middle-aged brain at the time? And so, yeah, they're very strange and almost present problems they shouldn't. The second thing I quickly wanted to talk about was technology nowadays, and the bizarre contradiction of children, certainly in my house. So, for instance, the dishwasher needs filling. So we'll tell one of the teenagers, I won't name any names, don't want to shame them on here, but, a child, we don't call them child, but, for instance, child B, could you unload and load up the dishwasher because it needs doing, and then put the stuff in, and how do you use the dishwasher? Oh yeah, because you've only seen us use it 14 million times, and it's massively complicated. So you do, etc., give them the instructions, and then they say, I can't do that. I've got to go back upstairs and upload something onto my Xbox account online before I then do something else. Basically, rewire the internet from scratch. But I haven't got the intellect to use today's domestic appliances. I know they don't want to use it, but they use that as an excuse, and they expect us as parents to believe it. You can't. Now I can understand. I'll do it. You watch me this time, and then you'll know for next time, won't you? Because, we both know, we're both playing a part in this. They know how to do it. I know they know how to do it. But if we then have this little dance whereby I show them step by step, next time they haven't got that to fall back on. So we'll do it just so the number of excuses is narrowed down. And then, like I say, they'll go upstairs and they'll invent the next, mobile sphygmomanometer for blood pressure, because I know what that is. I'm a bit like Stephen Fry with that kind of general useless knowledge. A mobile sphygmomanometer. And yeah, I was talking to a friend this morning, and it also works the other way around. So we as middle-agers can use, or would like to think, although I don't know, people in trades, I don't know stuff I should know at my age in terms of basic DIY. I can do stuff. I've laid a wooden floor. I've done a breakfast bar from scratch. I've laid a lawn. Me and my wife have done all sorts, made a home from a box. But not bought a home in a box, but had a basic box of a house and made it into a home. Big fish, little fish, cardboard living box. But then friends will come up to me in certain trades and say, "Oh, have you cleaned the soffits?" What the hell's a soffit? Or what about the stud walling? Even people that I think shouldn't know that seem to know what stud walling is. I know it's some sort of walling, but the stud bit throws me. It's little. I've never got used to these little these words from trades. I could probably do it if I was shown, but they use these words just to confuse me. But yeah, so going back to, we can do most of these DIY stuff that it seems like common sense to us at our age, but then most of us, no, I'm generalising, a lot of people of my age find the most simple modern technology duties difficult. I phoned a friend of ours the other day on Facebook, only lives down the road, and I video called her on Facebook, and when I got through, she was holding the phone beside her head and just sort of going, "Hello, hello," and I had to say to her, insert this person's name, put it in front of your face, and then she was absolutely blown away that she could then see my face on the other end of the call. And I started putting the filters on where I could look like a tiger and move my mouth around, or I could open my mouth and flames would lambast from my mouth. That doesn't even go, does it? And it was like I was a wizard. Like she was looking at me like I was an elderly Harry Potter or David Copperfield from back in the day. And the look of glee, and now she knows that. But it's things like that, and we start operating things like they're really scary. Oh, I better not touch that in case it explodes. My mum, if I say to her, "Do you want me to come round and on your generic satellite system set it up to Series Link and to record a program that you might miss, that you worry so much about missing that it would just give me a new peace of mind if I set it up?" No, because what if I then have to go into it and try and play it? I could press a button and wipe all terrestrial and satellite TV off of the net for everybody in the world, and the developed world would fold, and we'd be back to rations, I'd imagine. No, Mum, if you press the wrong button, it won't work. If you press the right one, it will. You're not going to do that. She phoned me up once a few years ago, and the controller, the remote control wasn't working. And it turns out she wasn't pointing it at the TV. I went round, she went, I keep doing this, and then aiming her remote control at the ceiling. The telly's in front of you, Mum. You're not controlling the ceiling. It's not, you press the button, the ceiling doesn't, little bits of ceiling collapse, and one bit, fortunately, lands on the button on the telly and changes it. Point it at the thing it controls, Mum. So I went, I think I found the problem. Beep. There you go, job done. She went, thank you so much, because I thought I was going to have to call out, I don't know, radio rentals back in the day. So those two things I wanted to talk about today. So reunions, unnecessary stress or absolute pleasure, or both, not sure. And technology, we can use all the stuff that does the things we need it to in the house, and old school stuff, but we are then in turn the opposites with children. They can do anything online and with modern technology with touch screens, but they can't go downstairs and use a dishwasher. Dear Lord, they're mad, aren't they?